He's before I met him, I was fascinated by his language, his ability to make these incredibly moving, powerful songs, and was so prolific. Yet at the same time, you know, kind of being on the heels of the devil. And about 35 years ago when I met Shane, you know, he was exactly who he has always been and will always be. He, for the first, I don't know, couple of months that you know him, insults become a, you realize that they're a gift, because he'll only insult you if he loves you. So, in a way, I've kind of lived excerpts of this film for roughly 35 years, and I really wanted the world to be able to see definitively, and very importantly, who Shane MacGowan is, and what his legacy is. He's, for me, one of the greatest poets of the, well, of any time. He's. If you read Shane's lyrics, and go back and read François Villon, you know, the great French poet, you'll see similarities. Shane is one of those people. He's special. I think I'm done.
Julie, maybe.
Well,
I got this phone call from Shane one afternoon, and he said, "Johnny, you want to make a video?" So, what do you mean video? Like for me, for one of my songs, I want to make a video. I went, yeah, I mean, I'd be honored, you know, pleasure. When, what do you want me to do? Direct it. So, which was confusing already for Shane to choose me to direct the first single of the Shane MacGowan and the Popes record. I said, sure, when do you want to do it? Monday. It was Friday afternoon. So, like, I just said, yeah, let me see what I can do, I'll call you back, you know. So I called this friend of mine, got a crew together. She kind of came up with some storyline that involved Shane and Victoria, certainly, and yeah, and we had a blast. I thought Shane was going to, you know, go into hyperspace a couple of times, but he was actually, yeah, no, he was in great form, and I think he especially liked the fact that I wanted to turn the tables, you know, and have Shane be this very dapper, you know, super cool, you know, bar owner, bartender, whatever, you know, just looking like very suited up, and yeah, for me to look like this, yeah, a trash barrel that just rolled into the bar. So I played me.
actually, Shane, I think, always saw himself as a bartender as an option.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, he'd be a good one.
yeah.
He'd be a great one. If the bar would be open for about an hour, people would just pass out. But yeah, so he kind of snuck that one in on me, and we shot it in a day, I think. I think we shot it in a day and edited it for 2 days and then sent it out. Fun time.
Hi. Couple of questions for Johnny. Couple of questions for Johnny. The first is, do you remember the moment in which you discovered Shane's music, and what did that suggest to you when you first heard it? And secondly, what's the most craziest situation in which you found yourself with Shane?
Can't be told that one.
Oh boy. Let's see. The first time I heard the Pogues, I think what really, I suppose it's the same feeling everyone gets when you hear the Pogues or Shane's voice in those lyrics for the first time. You know, it kind of hits you. You've just bounced off some dissonant wall, like some strange. The sound, what it was the sound of punk rock. It had the rage and the anger of punk rock, but it had these great melodies and mandolins and tin whistles and banjos and roots instruments, especially traditional Irish. And I just thought the combination of the two, you know, the combination of that rage that he felt, but this melancholy that lived within, and the Pogues blew me away. They just blew me away. So I was in London one year, many years ago, and 30-something, and there was a guy. One of my heroes, a guy who was a very dear friend of mine, and Shane's and Jerry O'Boyle's, and it was a guy named Jerry Conlon, and Jerry was they made a film about him, that Daniel Day-Lewis, a Jim Sheridan film called In the Name of the Father. So Jerry Conlon was the guy that Daniel Day-Lewis plays in the film, you know. So I knew Jerry many years ago, and he brought me to London, and then we all went to Dublin together. I remember bits of it. I remember my breakfast, which was Guinness and Irish coffee. My lunch, which was Guinness and Irish coffee, and the dinner was just Jameson's or Black Bush and Guinness. Yeah. Anyway, Jerry had spent 15 years in English prisons for a crime he didn't commit. He was known as one of the Guildford Four. So we ended up talking about the Pogues, and he says, "Oh yeah, Shane's a great friend of mine, you know." Okay, cool, wow. And so he said, "We'll go see him tonight at the studio." So we went, and ironically, because just thinking of the last statement that Shane makes in this film, when I met Shane, he was, how would I put it? He was negotiating a pool table. There was a guitar, there was a drink in this hand, a pint, and in this hand there was a guitar, like a beat-up acoustic guitar, and he was teetering, balancing back and forth, trying to negotiate which way to fall. And I watched him do that for about 15 minutes. And then I was introduced to him before he fell. And from that moment on, you just knew that this was someone. There are those moments in life when you go, "Oh my God, yeah, this will happen one time and one time only," you know, when you get the opportunity to spend time with greatness like that. You know? So yeah, having known him for a long time, I can only say that I fell in love with him the second I met him, and I'm, still in love with him to this day. His wife Victoria has proven herself beyond. I mean, she's a wonderful partner for Shane. They're best friends, and I've seen that continue over these many years under all kinds of duress, but they're quite, yeah, it's really an interesting, fascinating life.
Check out our channel for more videos if you like this one. Make sure to hit the subscribe button and stay updated on our latest videos. Don't forget to hit the like button.